This is a show that will blow your mind, but it might not. It all depends. Do you like breakfast and a book with a friend? So this is breakfast. Oh, sorry. Brunch. Brunch a lunch. It's brunch a lunch with Swallow. Brunch a lunch and a book with Swallow. Yeah, that's what it's called now because you guys, everybody's complaining like, ooh, it's too late for breakfast. Boo, too late for breakfast. Hey, Nathan. Nathan is my stepbrother from days of yore. Um, so yeah, you guys, breakfast is when you wake up and then eat the foods. It doesn't even matter what you eat. It's all made up. Some people try to convince you that you have to eat something specific for breakfast and that there's a specific time. This is all made up stuff, guys. But because you're all riled up out in the internet, just like all the time, you now get brunch a lunch, and a book with Swallow. That's right, that's what I'm calling it now. Brunch a lunch and a book with Swallow. Just because you people are driving me crazy with this obsession with things having to be a specific time for breakfast. So, because of that, I have how about swallowing with Swallow? I like that too. That's good. That's good, Sean. Maybe I should just do that. It's just me eating. But so today, I don't know if you can see this very well. I'll just do it piecemeal. We got a donut, cheese cubes, one piece of bacon, and a peanut butter and jelly toasted sandwich. Because since it's brunch and lunch, it could be anything I want. Maybe tomorrow I'll eat some steak and a piece of lettuce. You don't know. I'll do whatever I want. My roommate got us donuts, and then we all grabbed them with gloves and spray to make sure we didn't pass on the stuffs. I'm out of brown sugar, so I'm gonna have to go get brown sugar. This is also, as you can see, the last piece of bread. So we're gonna have to do that. So today's book is Night Shift by Lilith Saintcrow. I know if you might not be able to read backwards because this is mirrored, but this book, I'll read the back. Now, first off, let's talk about Lilith Saintcrow. I don't know if there is a better name to write like Demon Slayer fantasy, because that's basically what this is. Lilith Saintcrow for Demon Slayer fantasy. I mean, it's the best name you could have. I almost wish my name was Lilith Saintcrow so I could write sweet, dark goth fantasies. That'd be dope. So here's the back of the book. Jill Kismet, dealer in dark things, spiritual exterminator, demon slayer. Not everyone can take on the night side. Not everyone tries, but Jill Kismet is not just anyone. She's a hunter, trained by the best and in over her head. Welcome to the Night Shift. So this book basically follows Jill Kismet. She is super tough. She's got this mark on her that gives her demon powers and strength, near immortality. So she could die technically, which I think is important. Ariel Staley says, we better make sure you have food for your show. This could get bleak. Yes, and just be like, today we have half a piece of bread because there was no more food left, and we had only bread. Today, I eat a piece of grass because that's what's outside. Hopefully it will not get that bad. I'm gonna enjoy this piece of bacon. Hopefully everything will go great, guys. Hopefully in a month we'll all just come out of this and be like, what? 1 month of staying in our house, it didn't have any effect on us. Obviously, that's ridiculous. Make your best plans, you guys. Come up with some ideas to make extra money. I don't know. Help out each other's too, you know. That's one of the key things we've got to do during this time is just be on top of the madness and how we're feeling about things. Be realistic, but then also go out and help everybody you can help. By go out, I mean stay in, but like say nice things to each other, be supportive, all that good stuff. We got these cheese, they're mild cheddar, because I like mild cheddar. Some people, they like sharp cheddar. Ariel, she likes sharp cheddar. Oh, now you'll see, I've mentioned this before. Don't eat the grass, Sean says. No, we eat the grass if we have to eat the grass. All right? You don't tell me not to eat grass if that's all that there is to eat. That's not how it will be, though. So I've got the sandwich. You gotta, like normally, since this is all crust, normally I would eat all the way around the crust and leave it in the middle, but I'm still gonna do that because you stick to your patterns, guys. Stick to your patterns. Some of you who've watched this before, you know that what I do is when I'm looking for a book, this is actually how I found this book. The way I found this book was I was wandering around, I want to say it was the Barnes & Nobles. Christy says, I expect you to eat grass tomorrow to prove a point. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Absolutely not. No, maybe I will. Who knows? The way I found this book was I was wandering around and I was like, night shift, let the hunt begin. Lilith Saintcrow, that's a pretty cool name. Let's see how her writing is. So what I do is I open up to the middle of a book to see and just look at the writing. The smell of musk and male filled my nose. Uh-oh. I think we've got a romance part that I opened up to, guys. Heat sliding down to detonate in my belly. My eyes fluttered, closed as my fingers came up and wrapped in his hair. Uh-oh, you guys. We definitely have a romance part. He pressed forward, his hand sliding down to flatten on my back, and I found myself with my back to the counters, balancing on one leg because I'd ended up wrapping the other one around him. His mouth open and greedy. Greedy? Why is his mouth greedy? Is he like asking for money? Or just keeping all the money? He's like, my mouth is full of money and I'm gonna keep it. Let's see. You guys get the idea. Dominic actually laughed, a mellow, relaxed sound. He had a nice face, attractive in a strong-jawed way. His sidearm was briefly visible as he reached up to tuck the one stray strand of hair behind his ear, an absently graceful motion. You have all the fun. I just ran my ass off after a rogue who seems to know how to disappear. So you get it. It's that type of writing, you guys. This book, I had a good time, but I did not get the second one, and the third one or the fourth one, and I think there's 5 altogether. So I probably should, just because they're pretty fun. Light reads, bunch of goth sex in there. I believe there's like a demon and a vampire making out type of thing, all that kind of stuff. So it's like a little bit of romance and ass kicking. I am a sucker for any kick-ass woman in a fantasy book who like uses swords to chop people's heads off. Like, you give me that, I will read your book until the end of time. It's just so cool. It's like, people underestimate her and then she fucking kicks their ass and then they don't underestimate her and there's just one dude who knows how good she is and respects her skills. I love that type of shit. I'll read it nonstop, anytime, any place. But yeah, so if you like a little bit of fantasy, tiny bit of romance, and a whole bunch of really cool names like Lilith Saintcrow and Jill Kismet. Isn't Kismet the thing where you it's like meant to be or something like that, right? Kismet. 'Twas meant to be. So that's her name, Jill Kismet. She was meant to be a badass hunter, and now I want to see if I can find a part where like she kicks some ass. Let's see. Oh, that looks fun. The limo was a burning mass of fragments, and the fingers in my throat were pure iron. I thrashed, the sun sword clattering to the ground just out of my reach. I'd been holding it when the limo swerved and the bolt from the heavens descended, tearing through metal like it was paper and igniting like a Molotov cocktail. Come on! That's pretty good writing, you guys. So, Night Shift, Jill Kismet, Lilith Saintcrow. Check it out. Eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich anytime you want, you guys. Remember to be supportive of each other out there, all right? If you're a regular type, and by regular type I mean, a person who has a job and is like doing okay, maybe they're working from home and you're surviving, look out for your friends who are, 1099 workers who aren't going to be able to get things, and who have lost their jobs. Look out for your artist friends, or just support artists out there. If you're totally entertained by my silly stuff, by my suggesting books that you should read, and you should check this out, especially if you like kick-ass women who beat that shit out of supernatural stuff. You should check this book out. And if you want to support me, it's at Ron-Swallow for Venmo, or ronswallow@gmail for PayPal. Or, more importantly, you can join my Patreon for Nerd Goat. And if you do join the Patreon, you get extra podcasts. We've got like 20 or 30 at this point. So you can join Patreon and listen to Ed, Greer, me, and producer Bill talk about the randomest shit. Like one time we just did voices, like what if Batman had a really high voice. We've done talking about super deep things, like AI. Like we've gotten super deep into AI. So if you want to join our Patreon, you just go to patreon.com/nerdgoatpodcast, and you can sign up for a $5 tier, which gets you all the extra podcasts. If you want art from me, which is gonna be terrible, or art from Ed, which is fantastic, and some art from producer Bill, which is also fantastic, you can sign up for the $7 tier, and then you get all the extra pods, and you get cool art that we will be mailing out to you. So, those of you who are joining right now, I'm about to end the show. So I apologize that you're not going to get a bunch of show, but I will say this one more time for all of you guys. Night Shift, really fun book. My roommate got us donuts. I need rules for that. So I'm having a weird breakfast filled with peanut butter, bacon, cheese, and talking to you about this book. So go out, by go out, I mean on the internet. Boop, 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 boop. Get books sent to your phone, start reading them. Support some artists out there through reading, through whatever other type of thing you're doing. I'm going to do a live stand-up show probably Thursday. So if you want Thursday night at like 7 p.m., I am going to stand in front of a white screen that we have, and I'm going to do stand-up to either my 3 or 4 roommates or to nobody, just you guys on the internet. And I will pause like, joke, pause, joke, pause, like people are laughing. And it will be fun and entertaining, and that is the goal. The goal for this whole thing is just to keep you guys distracted, instead of thinking about what might be happening or what might come across after all this mess clears out. Because you guys, it could be nuts, but if we stick together and we work together, we'll all get through this fine. So, do that. Thank you for checking out. It is breakfast, Sean. It's breakfast. It's breakfast because it's the first meal of the day, and you don't argue with me. Brunch or lunch. Thanks for listening to Brunch or Lunch with Swallow. Brunch or Lunch and a book with Swallow. Bye, guys.